You know, the ancient Stoics had this core belief that focus is basically the sharp edge of life. Without it, even the most brilliant mind gets dull. So, what we're going to do is uncover their timeless strategies for sharpening that edge and taking back your power in a world that, let's be honest, is constantly trying to steal it. So let's start with this killer quote from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. This is really our foundation. See, the Stoics understood this one fundamental truth. You can't control the storm raging outside, but you have absolute power over how you respond to it. The entire battle for a good life, it's won or lost right inside your own mind. Okay, but hold on. If that power is already inside us, then why do we all feel so scattered all the time? It really feels like our focus, our most precious resource, has been hijacked. And the truth is, it's not just a feeling. It's being actively taken from us every single day. The thing is, we're living in a world that is literally engineered to shatter our focus. This isn't some accident. It's a constant, full-on war for our attention. And most of the time, we're losing without even realizing we're on the battlefield. So let's meet the culprits, right? The thieves of your focus. Every single buzz from your phone, every little notification ding, every endless scroll, they are all pulling your mind in a million different directions. And these aren't just minor annoyances. They are cracks in your mental fortress, and they're stealing your ability to concentrate on what actually matters. And this is a choice the Stoics understood perfectly. They taught that your focus is your power. When you learn to direct it, you stop being a slave to chaos and you become a master of your own purpose. So let's dive into the Stoic path to getting that mastery back. All right, so our first mission, Act 1, is all about this: fortifying your inner world. The Stoics knew that before you can command your actions out in the world, you first have to build an unbreachable fortress inside your own head. Just look at this comparison. It really lays out the choice we all have every single day. Is your mind going to be the scattered mind, just drifting, weak, a slave to chaos? Or is it going to be the Stoic mind, guarded, sharp, and a master of itself? The whole Stoic path is about becoming that second one. So how do we actually build this fortress? Well, here are 3 really practical things you can start doing. First, start your day in silence. Before the world's noise invades through your phone, just give yourself a few minutes of quiet. Second, define your day. Pick the 3 things that truly matter today. That gives your focus a clear target. And third, create a sanctuary. Find a physical space that is calm and free of distractions, a place where your mind can actually breathe. And that's exactly what Marcus Aurelius is getting at here. That inner sanctuary is always there for you. You can always access it. For the Stoics, stillness wasn't some luxury. It was a non-negotiable survival tactic. It was like a daily training session for your attention. Okay, so once that inner fortress is secure, it's time for Act 2, mastering your outer world. With that inner clarity, we can now step out and engage with everything around us, not just reacting to things, but acting with real purpose. Now, this next idea is a total game changer. It's the sculpture's secret. Think about it. A sculptor creates a masterpiece not by adding more stone, but by chipping away everything that isn't the statue. True focus is exactly the same. It's not about trying to add more discipline, it's about ruthlessly subtracting distraction. And this brings us right up against that modern myth of multitasking. As the philosopher Seneca warned us, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. The Stoic ideal is deep focus, the incredible power of an arrow striking a single target. When you pour your entire being into one thing, you don't just get it done, you make it brilliant. Look, willpower alone just isn't going to cut it. It runs out. That's why your environment is actually more powerful than your intention. So you have to discipline your surroundings. Clean your desk. Put your phone in another room. You want to engineer a space where focus is the natural default, not something you have to constantly struggle for. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important act, building your daily practice. Because let's face it, ideas are pretty useless unless they're forged into habits. This is how we turn all this philosophy into a consistent, lived reality. Now, this next part, this might just be the most powerful idea in all of Stoicism. When problems come up, most of us get derailed, right? Our focus shatters. But the Stoic mind uses the obstacle as fuel. The very thing that threatens to break your focus becomes the sharpening stone for it. So think about it. The next time you hit a wall or deal with a difficult person or face some unexpected problem, just pause and ask yourself this question. Try to reframe the challenge. not as a distraction, but as a training session for your mind. This is how you build truly indestructible focus. And for those days when things just feel totally out of control, here's a super simple tool, the 5-minute Stoic reset. First, just find stillness. Stop what you're doing wherever you are. Second, breathe. Take a few deep, deliberate breaths to calm everything down. And finally, restate your purpose. Silently remind yourself what you're all about. This isn't about escaping reality, it's about regrounding yourself in it. And finally, let's not forget that focus is physical. You can't separate the mind from the body. The Stoics totally got this. A tired, poorly nourished body simply cannot support a sharp mind. Discipline isn't just for your thoughts, it's for your physical self too. Sleep, nutrition, movement, these aren't luxuries. They are the absolute foundation of mental clarity. All right, we've arrived at the final, most crucial truth, the one that ties everything together. And this is about so much more than just being productive. It's about the very shape and direction of your life. Now, this quote from Marcus, it sounds a little dark, right? But it's not meant to be. It's meant to be a tool for radical clarity. Memento mori, remember you will die. That single thought injects a powerful sense of urgency into every moment. I mean, if today was your last day, would you really waste your attention on meaningless distractions? Or would you point it only at what truly deeply matters? When you boil it all down, it comes to this one simple, powerful idea. Where you direct your attention, day in and day out, isn't just some small habit. It is the very architect of your life, your character, and yeah, your destiny. So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. Your attention isn't just something you have, it's who you are. It is the currency of your life. And the only real question is, where are you going to choose to spend it?